Hello, my name is Andrew Thake from Mines and Money. Delighted to be joined today by Jason Jessup, President and CEO of Magna Mining. Delighted to have you with us today, Jason.
Well, I'm pleased to be here. Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Great. Now, I think that some of our viewers might not know too much about Magna Mining. Can you give us a brief overview?
Sure. Magna Mining is a Sudbury-focused nickel-copper PGM exploration development company. We're based here in Sudbury. Our flagship assets, the Shakespeare project, which is a past-producing nickel-copper PGM open-pit mine, and currently has an existing NI 43-1 resource and the major permits for the construction of a mine mill and tailing storage facility.
Mm-hmm. And can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in the mining industry?
Sure. I've been in the industry for almost 25 years now. Spent a large portion of my career in the operations side of the business and actually ran a couple of mining operations for FNX Mining here in Sudbury. More recently, I was the founder of Magna back in 2016 when we were looking to really recreate some of that energy, and acquired the Shakespeare project in 2017.
Mm-hmm. And can you tell us a little bit about the rest of your management team and their experience and some of the key people in that team?
Sure. So Paul Fowler is our Senior Vice President, and he's got a long history of capital markets experience and really is my right-hand person, and takes on a lot of roles, including corporate secretary at the company. Our VP of Exploration is Munir Hoxha. Munir was he is a PhD structural geologist and worked with myself and a lot of our team previously at FNX Mining here in Sudbury. So we're really thrilled to have had him join our team this year and have the pleasure of working with him again. A lot of our board and advisors were also former FNX. So Vern Baker, who is our chairman of our board. Vern was the vice president of operations at FNX when I worked there as well. And currently he is the CEO of Jaguar Mining, operating a couple gold operations down in Brazil. Gord Morrison is another one of our advisors who was a former FNX geologist and was attributed with making a number of the discoveries that really launched the company. So we have a very Sudbury focused team, and we really are sticking to what we know.
You mentioned obviously at the top of the interview about the area where you are mining. I think that some of our viewers, especially those that aren't from Canada, would be interested to hear a little bit more about the region, its history and the geology.
Sure. So Sudbury is, I would say, one of the premier nickel mining camps in the world. It's been producing nonstop for over 110 years. It currently has 8 active mining operations, 2 large development projects underway, 2 active large mills, and 2 smelters. It's really dominated by 3 companies, Vale, Glencore, and KGHM. So we're very fortunate to be here in such a well-endowed geological camp that we believe has many, many more decades of mining in front of it. Our project is located adjacent to the basin, and just the project itself, Shakespeare, the deposit, is about 60 kilometers outside of the city of Sudbury.
Mm-hmm. In terms of recent news, are there any particularly recent news announcements you'd like to highlight to investors listening in?
Sure. So in the last 3 months, we've had a number, I think, of very exciting news releases. Back in September, we announced the discovery of nickel copper PGM mineralization at our P4 targets. We call it our P4 discovery. And P4 is located about 5 kilometers from our permitted Shakespeare site on our large 180 kilometer land package. We drilled 2 holes to test an airborne EM plate that we had modeled, and both holes hit significant nickel copper PGM mineralization. And to follow up on that, in November, we completed a $3.1 million charity flow-through financing. And that will be used to fund our exploration program in 2022. So we're fully funded for that. And a large portion of our winter program will be on following up on that P4 discovery, which we think is really exciting and has potential to be another Shakespeare deposit, but potentially with higher grades. As well, we've done a significant drill program this year in 2021, including about 6,500 meters of drilling around our Shakespeare deposit itself. And in November, we announced some additional really wide intersections. So we had one hole that intersected 52 meters of very good grade nickel copper about 50% higher than resource grade mineralization in what we call our gap zone between our east and west zones at Shakespeare. So this is really exciting. Part of our goal this year was to close up this gap zone, and the holes we've been seeing coming back and the assays are really supporting that thesis. So we think that's really exciting and bodes well for growth of that resource in the future.
And looking ahead to 2022, if an investor listening in was to decide to invest with you, what sort of news announcements or what sort of, what's in store for 2022 for Magna Mining?
Well, we will be receiving the remainder of our assays back from Shakespeare program. There've been some delays, as a lot of companies are dealing with right now, but we'll be receiving them back in the next month. So there'll be more news coming out and assays back from in and around Shakespeare. We will be starting our drill program. We have a drilling contractor already booked to start first week of January. So we'll be drilling happening at P4, which we think is very exciting, and hopefully we'll have results out within the coming weeks after that. We'll also be looking to complete some more work at the Shakespeare Mine. So follow up once we have all of our assays back, the interpretation on that, we'll be moving the drill over there to continue to expand on the success we had this year. With all of that, our hope would be that towards the end of the year, we would have a updated resource out on Shakespeare as well. We're in the process of completing a feasibility study that's based on our current permits for Shakespeare, and we hope to have those results out very soon, which will give a very detailed understanding of the current economics and the OPEX and CAPEX for that project, but won't include any of the 2021 drilling that we've recently completed.
You'll, of course, be at Mines and Money this year. One of the key themes of Mines and Money is decarbonisation, the green economy, ESG and sustainability. What are your green credentials?
So, we really do take ESG seriously, and I know a lot of companies, are doing that, and I think it's great. One of the initiatives we took earlier this year was to actually do an audit of what our carbon impact is currently as an exploration company. And we've completed that, and that will really give us a benchmark of where we've started and continue to track and create a scorecard that we can measure ourselves against. Now, once we've had the scorecard, or once we've had the numbers of what our actual impact is, we made the decision to buy carbon credits to offset that, so that we are now a carbon neutral nickel exploration company, which I believe we are one of the only in the world. I think more companies need to do this. It's really, I think, an important first step in measuring where you're at now, and then building a culture to make decisions to continually improve on your position and your carbon emissions.
And just a sort of one last question is, obviously you've got a great management team. Obviously the project you've got is really great. But if I play devil's advocate, there's a lot of other great nickel mining companies out there. What makes you stand out from the rest of the crowd?
Well, I guess simply put, we are a $30 million market cap company that has an advanced nickel copper PGM project that has past production, technically de-risked, and a significant NI 43-101 resource. We have the major permits for the construction of a 4,500 ton per day open pit mine, mill, and tailing storage facility. We're located in one of the best nickel mining jurisdictions in the world that has a very supportive government and supportive stakeholders. And we have a team in place that, and I can't stress this enough, that has made discoveries in Sudbury, brought those discoveries in through development into production, and then operated them successfully. I don't think you'll find another nickel company out there with a $30 million market cap that'll come close to that.
Well, I mean, definitely we wish you all the best at Mines and Money. That was Jason Jessup, President and CEO of Magna Mining, with Andrew Thake from Mines and Money. Thank you very much, Jason.
Thank you, Andrew.